National Rifle Association and Its Influence. By Aubrey Larner. The NRA was founded on November of 1871 in New York City, New York. The purpose of the NRA: 1. To protect and defend the people's rights stated in the Second Amendment. Basically the right of U.S. citizens to acquire, possess, collect, exhibit, transport, carry, transfer ownership of, and enjoy the right to use arms. It also says that people have the right to defend themselves and family in their own home/own property. The purpose of the NRA continued. 2. To promote public safety, law and order, and the national defense. The purpose of the NRA continued. 3. To train members of law enforcement agencies, the armed forces, the militia, and people of good repute in marksmanship and in the safe handling and efficient use of small arms. The purpose of the NRA continued. 4. To foster and promote the shooting sports, including the advancement of amateur competitions in marksmanship at the local, state, regional, national, and international levels. The purpose of the NRA continued. 5. To promote hunter safety, and to promote and defend hunting as a shooting sport and as a viable and necessary method of fostering the propagation, growth and conservation, and wise use of our renewable wildlife resources. The first president of the NRA was General Ambrose Burnside. Burnside was a former governor of Rhode Island. He was also a U.S. Senator. The current Vice President and CEO of the NRA is Wayne Robert LaPierre, Jr. NRA memberships cost $35 a year, or you can get a life membership that costs $1,000. Some discounts are given to juniors, disabled veterans, and seniors. Many benefits come along with a membership in the NRA. Some are 24/7 defense of your gun rights, your choice of magazine, an official membership card and decal, and a $7,500 no-cost gun owner protection plan insurance. The NRA has about 5 million members, while about 90 million people own guns in the U.S., so that means about 85 million people are free riders. Free riders are people who enjoy benefits of interest groups without paying into it. So a type of benefit that is enjoyed without paying into it would be a 24/7 defense of our right to own a gun. Often interest groups try to get a court case ruled in their favor, so they submit amicus curiae briefs. Amicus curiae is a Latin term that means friend of the court. Interest groups submit information to sway the court in one way or another. Often these cases pertain directly to gun cases. The NRA submitted an amicus curiae brief in the case D.C.V. Heller. As I said before, the NRA submitted an amicus curiae brief because this case pertains to our Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. The brief suggested that the D.C. bans on handguns within the home violates the Second Amendment, because having a firearm within the home and using them for self-defense is legal. The NRA submitted an amicus curiae brief in the case Beard v. United States. This also has to do with the fact that citizens have the right to own weapons to defend themselves when they're attacked. In Mosby v. Devine, the NRA submitted a brief, and the outcome was that we the people have the right to keep and bear arms in our home or place of business. The NRA used its influence in Florida to get legislation passed. This is an example of a way that the NRA lobbies to get legislation passed that concerns guns rights. The NRA has spent 10 times more money to lobby Congress than pro-regulation groups. The more you spend, the more likely you are going to get your cause to spread. In 2012, the NRA spent $700,000 on candidates. These are some of the candidates that the NRA supposed. Most got nominated, but some did not. The Institute for Legislative Action, ELA, is the lead lobbying organization for the NRA, and it is in charge of the association's Political Action Committee, PAC. Political action committees are organizations that raise money and give it to candidates. In 2013, the National Rifle Association spent $3,410,000 on lobbying, while in 2014, the NRA spent $3,360,000 on lobbying. These are my works cited.